Hello, Lynette.
Hi. I should have worn my Christmas stuff. I feel underdressed now.
Well, you look wonderful.
Oh, thank you. So hi, welcome. So do you want to introduce yourselves and your little man there?
Yeah, his name is Baby James.
Hi, Baby James.
Yeah, and I'm Jim E. Chandler.
And I'm Jenn Gotzon. We're married, but I just go by Jenn Gotzon because that's where God led all the movies to be made under. Yeah, I'm 3 months old. Good kisses. Say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Sometimes he blows bubbles, Lynette.
Oh, I miss those things. It goes by really quickly. I'm sure you've heard it before, but it actually is very much true. So enjoy all those moments. What message are you hoping your audience walks away with after watching this film?
Absolutely. We pray that people will have not only a fun, festive Christmas traditional experience with our movie, but they would understand that they're valuable, that each one of us is a magnificent masterpiece, and that we are made in God's image, just like this little cutie pie. Just like this little cutie pie. And he's going to go to Grammy and say, Merry Christmas, Baby
Merry
James.
Christmas. I love your shirts, by the way.
Armor the Belle.
Yeah. So what led you to want to tell this story?
Go ahead.
Oh, what led us is the aspect of I struggled in my life with not feeling pretty enough to fit in. And when I was younger, I was made fun of. And I realized that as an adult, those lies still stuck with me. And so I worked with pastors and psychologists, therapists to learn how to overcome that negative thinking. And then once I did, I wanted to help all the girls everywhere. And I learned that 90% of the female species, starting at a young age, we want to be pretty because we think that's what's going to make us worthy to be loved. And that's a lie. That is a complete garbage, poo-poo in the face lie. And our movie, The Farmer and the Belle Saving Santaland, addresses that lie through an aging model, my character, who has to go back to find this heirloom bracelet with biblical inscriptions about beauty. And in doing so, if she doesn't find the bracelet at Santaland, she has to say, do I look to the spark of divinity to understand my value, or do I go back to the glitz and glam of the fashion world?
I think you made the right choice, but I won't do any spoilers, so I'll say that. So, I mean, this is on my list of questions, but I know the bracelet is like an intricate part of the film. I know that you have had your organization since 2016. It's such an intricate part. Was that inspired by something? See?
Well, we actually, originally there was a different piece in the story that was going to be kind of an important heirloom thing. And well, in the development, like we originally didn't have Belle going back to the small town searching for the bracelet. It was actually an idea that one of our contributing writers suggested, and through different meetings is like, we need to know why Belle is going back and why it's so important. And the idea of the bracelet came from that. It ended up turning into that. And then we made the significance of it as being an heirloom, and then also inscribing the things that we wanted to tell in the story through the messaging. And then just putting letting the biblical truths stand on their own on each charm, and then Belle can learn and read them, and then we see the importance of it throughout the story.
And Lynette, here's the bracelet. So it comes in this pretty pouch, telling you that you're a magnificent masterpiece, and then it has 5 charms inscribed with 10 affirmative inscriptions.
Yeah.
And for me, when God gives me a revelation through my life, I would wear a piece of jewelry. And so every time in life I would hit that piece of jewelry by accident, like if you have a ring and all of a sudden you hit it against the car door, that would signal to my mind what that revelation was. And so that's why I was so excited when our writer came up with the concept of a bracelet. I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect, because you could jingle it and then the heart falls into the palm of your hand. And it's for me, I hold on to it and I feel God's love, and I feel like I'm never alone, and I feel a sense of security and freedom. And I love that part of the bracelet.
I thought it was great because I was also doing sort of like a recap of like the inspirational quotes of the film, and most of them came from reading the bracelet. Like every time there was a moment, that you saw like another one. I was like, okay, this is another good one. So thank you for that. So this is a family affair. I know that you guys have done quite a few projects together, but what did you love about working on this particular project together?
Well, I think that, well, it's 3/4 of our life together too. So like we've been together 6 years and this has been 4 years, married for 3. So like it was a pivotal part of our relationship. But I think as far as the family affair, not only did Jenn and I get to do it, but we shot on my family's farm and we shot on the property that my mom grew up on, which was really special, and on the camp that she helped found in the late 90s, Camp Newdawn. Well, and my cousin helped, and my dad played a small part. He plays the owner of a Christmas tree farm. My niece played my daughter. My mom helped with catering. My brother was a carpenter. My other nephews played in the nativity scene. So there was a day on set where all of us worked together and we were all on the call sheet. That was really special for me. And then, you know, it's a given that me and Jenn had those special moments because, you know, it's our lives. But for me, it was having my full family on board.
And for me, one of my favorite things was I'll get these creative insane ideas, like let's put a horse in a pink onesie wearing heels in the middle of New York City, and that'll be part of the story. And then this lovely man with his skill set as a logistic producer, he'll go, all right, I know how to do it. Let's get 50,000 permits from the Flatiron District.
No, it's how am I going to do this? Not that I know how to do it. It's like, how am I going to do this? Okay. Start researching. Yeah.
And then I'll be like, we need to put Santa hats on pigs in the Santaland games. And so we did a pig casting for those pigs. And this lovely man, it's been fun working together.
Well, that sort of ties into my next one because besides the fact that you guys are married and this film was inspired by your love story, are there any other fun facts besides the one you just disclosed? Are there any more? Because it seems like there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, well, those images that you see of Belle Winters in those fantastic makeup and hair pieces and that whole thing, all of those are real photos of Jenn from a modeling campaign she did in China. So we took that element of her life and dropped it into Belle's life, and it fit perfectly. And the gentleman that plays the makeup artist is the client that she worked for. And that is a professional celebrity makeup artist in China, and he flew in to be a part of the project with us.
And when we met on a movie set, our friendship was developed and nurtured because this chap literally wrote me handwritten letters. And courted our friendship and focused on friendship in the development because we lived long distance from each other. And so when we started the script, we wanted to be able to put in that pen pal aspect. But from creative license, we started when they're little kids.
Oh, that's awesome. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, and every scene you see with the animals, with my character getting mauled by cows, jumped on by goats, smelly smellies from the pigs, and like being like, what in the deal with the chickens? Those are reenactments. When I visited his family's farm for the first time and never understood what pig slop was coming from the city life. So we added all these fun little doop, 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 all through the making of this script.
Well, that was one of my questions too, because I saw after the last scene, it said that the film was inspired by your love story. So I sort of want to know how, because a lot of it you think, okay, it's just made up, but you're basically saying that a lot of it or most of it is.
Yeah, a lot of the elements of our characters were there. I'm not a pastor, but one of the things that I did was try to encourage Jenn about her value and that kind of thing, because as men, value isn't something that we can give a woman. It's something that we can uplift in them that's already there. So it's not something that we are powerful enough to give. So that was one of the things that I tried to encourage as she was going through the difficult time that she was. Go ahead, I'll let you talk about your side of it.
Oh yeah, so because I was struggling with that lie, not feeling like I was pretty enough to be loved, that lie entered into me when I was a little girl. Just like we see young Belle, the world understanding, and this is something we see all over today, social media. Social media, you want to put a filter on, you want to do alluring poses. Why? So you could get those little hearts and those little comments saying, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. And we're seeing a movement over the youngsters. And then if they don't have that, we now see a rise of depression, eating disorders.
Self-harm. suicide. It has all gone up since 2011 in young girls.
And so we want to battle that, and we want to give people the truth of who they really are. And that's why we wrote it into The Farmer and the Belle Saving Santaland, and we wrapped it up as this beautiful little Christmas festive treat, because girls love Christmas movies, and our writers did a great job just dropping those in as pearls of wisdom without feeling heavy-handed. So you are there in your Christmas PJs, eating popcorn, drinking hot cocoa with whipped cream, saying, this is the way we celebrate the Christmas season together.
That's awesome. So I mean, I love your energy. Is she always like this? Is this, I love it. It's contagious.
Sometimes she turns it on when the camera's on a little bit, but that's part of her personality for sure.
My husband tells me the same thing.
But there's moments where this comes out for sure. Yeah, this is her.
That's hilarious.
It is. Sometimes you do that in real life.
Well, I get excited, and so when I get excited, I spike with energy.
Yeah.
And just like when I'm at public events, I get excited and I spike with energy.
Because that's
my husband says
you're not doing
about
it on
me.
the couch.
No, I'm not doing it on the couch breastfeeding with baby James.
In certain situations, she has this amount of energy. That was and it's great.
I love it. I mean, I respect it. My husband says the same thing about me, so I get it. You're very happy, very contagious. I love it. So Delilah, I feel like I should say it in her tone, but I don't have that gift.
Delilah.
There you go. So she makes a cameo of sorts as the voice of Mandy. So how did that come to be?
Well, we have a member on our team who was able to foster and help us garner and nurture that relationship with her, and we were thrilled that she agreed. And it's such a wonderful moment for her voice to come in and to play that character that she played, and we were really thrilled. We actually ended up partnering with her further with our sale of the bracelets on our website. We're actually giving a significant portion of all bracelet sales from our website to Point Hope, which is her ministry that helps young girls and children in Ghana. So we're thrilled, and we've raised almost $1,000 for that ministry, and we're so that was great. It's been a wonderful addition to the film.
It definitely was. My husband happened to come into the office, and he was like, "I recognize that voice." So that was pretty cool. So I mean, I know that you shared a few already, but can you share any other funny stories from your time on set?
Funny stories. Okay, so when my character falls down in the pig mud as an adult, that my character does was actually because the mud seeped down into my pants. And I was like, that's so gross!
Oh, I forgot that or didn't know that.
So
That's hilarious.
gross.
That's like the first I'm hearing it. The other great thing also happened to her was that when she was chasing the pigs in the Santa hat, putting pigs on Santa hats, I'm not sure how well versed your audience is in pigs, but they immediately stink and immediately tear up ground as soon as they get in it. So when they're running around, they are running around in pig slop, legitimately. So she actually had to take moments, climb onto the fence, and do a little business over the side to because the smell was so bad.
And we were rolling in it, diving for the pigs, putting Santa hats on them, or trying to.
Yeah.
And and that was my idea I was so excited about the Santa hats on the pigs. And so when my body had that unfortunate reaction, our makeup department, Mary Schmidt, had like this different type of an aroma, and she was sticking it under my nose to try to help me move through it, because we still had about a good half hour of filming left.
Did you have regrets at that moment for asking for that scene?
No, heck no.
She
Oh
was a
gosh,
trooper.
no.
She
I
was
loved
such a trooper, because as soon as she got done doing what she needed to do, she
Jumped
jumped
right back in.
in.
Oh, I love it. I love that scene. It's my favorite scene in the movie. One of my favorite scenes.
Oh, that's great. So I'm going to wrap it up with this question, because I know that you guys are very busy. Why should people watch this movie?
Well, I'll say my side, and you say your side. I really desire for people to usher in the spirit of Christmas with The Farmer and the Belle Saving Santaland. Allowing it to be that fun, traditional family treat to allow us to know what is valuable for the Christmas season.
Yeah.
Is it the shopping? Is it the commercialism? Is it all the cookies? Is it the that we go? Or is it something bigger, something deeper, that spark of divinity, that element that we know that we're loved, where that love comes from, and to understand when we celebrate that with family, knowing that we are valued, it's that gift that welcomes us in to the season of Christmas.
Yeah, and I hope that, grandmothers can talk to granddaughters, and mothers can talk to daughters, and fathers can talk to daughters about where their value comes from, and that can be a great takeaway for families with young children, or even adults who might be struggling, just to give them some encouragement.
Yeah, and we've got this devotional book. I don't know if you can see it. The light is brightening.
There. Yeah, I can see it there.
Yeah, it goes along with the bracelet, and it helps girls and grandmas and moms and daughters talk together about what each one of those inscriptions mean and how do you overcome those lies. It's based on a lot of psychology. And then we worked with the children's storybook hero, VeggieTales co-creator, which this book is right in the story. And this speaks to the little girls and little boys at a younger age about what beauty is. And we focus on the aspect of kindness. So we've got a product line in our franchise that covers an assortment of ways that people can really take these gifts in their life for the whole year, to understand where our value comes from.
So I saw that on the website. Do you want to share your website address if they want to get those products?
Sure. It's the Farmer and the Belle, BELLE.net. And you can find all the products that she's listed. And the final one we'll show you is this soundtrack, which has some great songs on it. All original except for, all of them are original songs. So
except for Silent Night.
No, Silent Night's not original. That's correct.
But we got, Rhonda Vincent is a Grammy winner. She sings on it, and John Schneider, and it's
a great soundtrack.
It's fun.
So I said that was the last question, but I really want to know sort of what verse is like the one that you go to when you're struggling with self-image and doubt and everything else. I know that you have a few there. So what is your favorite?
Absolutely. This would be for me.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you do that.
It is Psalm 139:14. I'm sure the camera won't be able to pick it up, but it is body and soul. I am marvelously made. So when you hear that negative thought and you hold that thought captive, and then you say over yourself, my body and soul are marvelously made. And if you have a relationship knowing that God created you with that fearfully, wonderfully made perspective, and you understand that this portion of you was created with this divine purpose, it really helps you overcome, and at least for me, has helped me overcome those lies.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I mean, I seriously enjoyed the film. I love the message. I love that people are out there doing Christian films, especially around Christmas, which is the true meaning of Christmas is Christ. So I appreciate the film. I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, especially with the newborn that didn't let you sleep. So thank you for that.
Such a good mom.
Aww.
Even when our little baby's a party animal, like last night.
Well, I am so thankful for the film, for you guys. I appreciate your time, and thank you.
Yeah, and thank you very much for having us. Have a wonderful day, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
You too.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
To you and your family.
Thank you. Bye.